Hello, welcome to IEEE Frontiers in Education. In this video, let me introduce the CHEESE project, or Cyber-Human Ecosystem of Engaged Security Education. My name is Baijian, and I had the pleasure to work with Rajesh, Craig, Mike, and Christine on this fun and important project. So the challenges we're facing are a significant shortage when it comes to qualified security IT professionals. Within the US alone, the public sector is probably looking at 20 to 30,000 gaps to fill when it comes to qualified security professionals. And we all know cybersecurity is very complex and multidisciplinary in nature. And it's more than just a secure coding, and users need to have up-to-date knowledge to be able to do their work. And in addition, this cybersecurity content is highly dynamic. Do we have a way to always reproduce the mistakes we have made, the vulnerabilities that are out there? And do we have a way to quickly deploy some of the cybersecurity research and be able to reach everybody? So those are the big challenges we're facing. And the project itself is really looking at targeting the following audiences. The instructors who are looking at come up with the most current lessons plans, have the hands-on learning opportunities to reach out to students. And we're also looking at students who really want to learn and be able to have the hands-on opportunities and self-paced learning. We're looking at security professionals who want more on-the-job training and be able to provide any kind of updates to them to make their career more successful. And we certainly appreciate those researchers and developers who are able to discover the new system vulnerability and be able to demonstrate this using certain platform to show it to everybody in the cybersecurity community. So ideally, we want something that can demonstrate the common cybersecurity vulnerabilities. We want to have some sort of interactive study and be able to fix verify the fixes. And we wanted this platform to be easy to deploy, handle very different kind of load conditions, and be able to set up very easily offline or online, self-contained, resource restricted, and have those kind of reproducibility. However, as we know, that's not necessarily the case. When it comes to software deployment and the cybersecurity, many of the times the problem we run into is we download some very nice demonstration. It turns out we run into a compilation error. Or if you're using the some sort of packages, the installation could even proceed. In some cases, you're able to download the binary images and try to hope it can run on your system, and then the system reports some additional error could occur and that prevent the students to actually using the scenarios in their lessons. So those are the sad reality we're facing. And we actually came up with a very nice solution using this container-based project. We call it IEEE CHEESEHub, and it was pretty successful, being used worldwide for more than 50,000 users within only a matter of a few months. But IEEE didn't really have that kind of financial support to make the project keep going. So we look into the other funding agencies, and the National Science Foundation is actually willing to putting more effort into this project to make it a kind of going. So in certain way, CHEESE is the CHEESEHub point of version 2.0, and this is something that we want to improve over CHEESEHub in the sense that in the IEEE CHEESEHub project, the contributors are mainly the project team. So in CHEESE project, we want somebody more than just the CHEESEHub project team to creating those containers. So the solution we envisioned is this. We want to have this kind of open source platform, and right now it's called the CHEESEHub, that's publicly accessible and be able to demonstrate cybersecurity concepts. And we're using the open source curriculum accompanied with the cybersecurity demonstrations. And we want to be able to build a community and do a lot of outreach to making sure that it's include educators, practitioners, students, and developers into this whole process. So this is basically a very big overview. So in the center, what we see here are the CHEESEHub portal. In this CHEESEHub portal, the users, they can make the request to say, hey, I learned a certain thing about certain type of attack. Is there any kind of Docker implementation or some other sort of open source demonstration out there that I can use to fully understand what are the risks and what are the causes of the problem? So if you have a lot of users making that request, we have a dashboard to sort out who might be the most sought after those applications, and we will ask the application contributors to either share their already made containers or creating such kind of instances and push into the CHEESEHub. And going from there, we're using Docker orchestration and deploy it into the campus and commercial cloud resources. So this is a very big overview. Our vision is using this platform to attract both the consumer and the producer so that we can have this kind of iteration, and at the end, your top of those containers through this CHEESEHub will be the one that's accurate and really good demonstrations. And in order to fast processing this whole process, instead of building everything from ground zero, we leverage the lab's workbench that's produced by Craig Willis. And this is basically the platform that's being used for National Data Services. It's very well supported and being leveraged by many other science projects. So we're leveraging this platform, and we're using the carpentries as a way to document the training materials or lessons plans, if you may. And in terms of architecture, we stage everything from OpenStack, and going from there, all the containers are built on top of Ubuntu 18.0 virtual machines, and we use Kubernetes to orchestrate all the different kind of containers. And on top of Kubernetes, everything is broken into three different subspaces. You have the workbench providing UI APIs, and you have the user space and the system space. So most of the project will be using the user space to demonstrate each different applications. And some of the applications only requires one containers. That's a little bit easier to handle. Some other containers really requires, some other instances might require multiple containers. So the project group come up with many different plans to make things possible. So at the end, our goal is making CHEESEHub scalable, web-based, that has a catalog of all the different scenarios, provides hands-on environment, and using the Jetstream that's currently offered from San Diego Science Computing Cloud, going from there to push out the content. And we also have the different lessons areas, including network security, secure coding, and cryptography. And in this particular example here, each different container has a different user interface. You might use a Jupyter notebook with the terminal, and the victim actually have to have a graphical user interface. It is possible to do it using the Node VNC and plus Firefox. In the server end, all you need to do is just run a background service. So we also did additional workbench enhancement to provide better security and better UI. As far as the results, we tested it on 20 cybersecurity students. Most of them are graduate students, some are undergrad students. They all love the user interface and how easy to use. We also tested the platform. It works very well on majority of the browsers. With Firefox and Chrome probably have the best support. And we tested on many different computing devices with a browser and a physical keyboard, including iPads, Android Pies. It worked fantastically well. So those are the progress, and right now we're probably about 12 different containers made. We're trying to identify more of them, but most important thing is we want to outreach to instructors, and so that they know what's going on. So part of our message from this conferences is we do want you to know about our project. We want you to be able to contribute in terms of suggesting the new topics, the new hands-on environment, or new lessons plan, and review some of the submissions. So those are things we really want help from you. And our websites are www.hub.cheesehub.org for the portal, documentation website, and source code are open, also available out there. And this project is funded by NSF award number 182573. So that's all for this short video. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.